Hey guys, Steven Servo here. Today's video is going to be a short tutorial in a ongoing video series that I'm going to create. The intention of this video is to show you how to download a Linux distro, in this case Ubuntu. After, we are going to image it on a flash drive and go ahead and set up a laptop with Ubuntu. The future videos for this video series are going to include doing the same thing on an SD card for a Raspberry Pi. And the intention is to give some options for you guys to get a Linux distribution onto some sort of device, and I'm going to teach you guys the basics of Linux. So if you guys want to follow along by following the tutorial and loading it up, learning Linux, or just watching the videos, either way is fine with me. Yeah, the future of these videos are my YouTube's probably going to turn into mostly tutorials. I plan on putting out a full video series for the JNCIA. If you guys don't know what that is, it's a Juniper networking certification similar to Cisco. And we are going to, or I am going to do a training video on that to get people up to speed enough to take the test. The cool thing about the Juniper associate level certifications is if you go through their education track and you take their assessment test, you get a free voucher. So they're definitely gaining in popularity, especially with things like the their Mist wireless system, their Mist AP, I think it's called. And also, they are kind of the inventors of networking automation as we know it. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So first, we're going to go ahead and open up Google Chrome. We're going to go into the search tab. And we are just going to type in, sorry, I'm working around my microphone, so it's a little weird. It's right there, Ubuntu download. We're going to go ahead and just click into here. And here you go. You see right here on their page is Ubuntu 20.04.1. And we're going to go ahead and download that. I'm going to go ahead and save it on the D drive. Let's go ahead and create a new folder. Just going to name this Ubuntu. We're going to go ahead and save it in there. This is the first time I'm kind of going to be using this setup with this microphone, so there could be some issues with mic quality. Also, like I said, the mic's kind of like right in front of me, so it kind of hinders my movement right now. I'm going to be getting a mount for it, so that doesn't happen in the future. So here we go. We're just going to go ahead and click here. Oh, it's going to go ahead and actually says it's going to take 5 minutes. So I'll go ahead and see you guys back in 5 minutes. All right, we're back. And so you'll see that the download completed right here. So next, we are going to download Balena Etcher, which is a disk imaging software. That's how we're going to get the disk image onto the flash drive. So there it is, right there. All right, so I already have this downloaded, but essentially you'll go ahead and click into here. And you'll just go ahead and download it. The same thing as when we downloaded Ubuntu will happen. You'll see it go ahead and start the download. It'll download in this corner. It'll let you know when it's done, and click open. Go ahead and save it to a location on your drive, anywhere you want, really. All right. So here's Ballerina Etcher. Go ahead and open that up. All right. So I already have a USB drive inserted. It will typically find it for you. But you can, if you have multiple USB drives, or for some reason it didn't select the correct one, you can go ahead and change it right here. So we're going to go ahead and select the image right here. We're going to go ahead and go down to .2, Ubuntu. Go ahead and select and open that. And you're going to go ahead and just press flash. Yes, we want to allow this device to make changes, or the app to make changes to our device, rather. And you'll see it's going to start. It says it's going to take about 2 minutes. So we'll go ahead and come back and pick up after that's done. All right, so once it says the flash is completed, you can go ahead and remove the drive, and I'm going to swing the camera around for you guys and set it up behind me and show you how to go ahead and put that on a computer. Thank you. All right, guys. Hey, so due to the lack of a capture card, the image actually looks best if I record it from my vlogging type setup. So I'm sorry about the quality. Maybe one day I'll think about getting a capture card, but for now, this will do. And so, all right, so if we're going to go ahead and plug the USB drive into the system you want to install on, and we're going to go ahead and press the power button. You're going to want to enter the BIOS. In my case, it's escape, and then F9. So you'll see system information, system diagnosis. Hopefully you guys can see that pretty good. Let me try to. Anyway, hopefully you guys can see that okay. Anyway, you'll see F9 is boot device options. So we're going to go ahead and press F9. So this will bring up a list. If you guys can see that, it's going to say OS boot manager up top, UEFI. That's the regular boot partition. We're going to go ahead and scroll down to USB hard drive UEFI, general USB flash disk, and go ahead and press enter. Here it's going to give you some options to on what you want to do. We're just going to go ahead and choose Ubuntu. And now it will load. So I actually already have Ubuntu running in the back or running on this device. So I'm going to take you as far as actually installing a fresh copy, and then I'm going to go ahead and stop. So I'm going to go ahead and skip the check just for time. I'll edit out some of this, just random talking, if necessary. Hopefully this gives you guys a So we're loading up now. Hopefully you guys can see this okay. It looks like it's at least viewable. So this is the install screen. So from this flash drive, you can try Ubuntu, meaning you can use Ubuntu just off of the flash drive. Using the computer resources, just the flash drive as the mass storage. But in this case, we're going to go ahead and click install Ubuntu and English US. We're not going to connect to a Wi-Fi network at the moment. Okay. So in this list, you'll see you got some different options. You can do a normal installation, which is the web browser, all the utilities. In this case, we're going to do that. Quite possibly is what you would want to do as a minimal setup with the Raspberry Pi, but we'll get to that. This down here is some more advanced options we're not really going to go into today. So we're just going to go ahead and continue with normal installation. All right. So, um, so now on this screen, since I already have Ubuntu loaded on here, it's giving me a dual boot option. If you see the one that's selected, there's actually a dual boot option that says install Ubuntu alongside Ubuntu. Now, for my Windows people out here that do want to follow along and download Ubuntu, um, when you when you go into the BIOS and boot into this and press install and get to this screen, it's going to give you an option to install Ubuntu alongside your Windows and give you a dual boot option. I would recommend doing that. That gives you the option to switch between them. You don't lose any functionality from Windows or anything like that. So I would definitely consider that. Um, if you're doing this because your computer is running slow and sluggish, or in the case of this computer here, it's even though it came with Windows, it just wasn't really powerful enough to run Windows to its potential. So I'm going to go ahead and erase and reinstall. I'm actually yeah, so we're gonna do erase Ubuntu. I might have to go through setup again, but that's okay. It's a fresh install regardless. So we're gonna go ahead and continue here. It wants to know our geographical area just for the sake of speed. We're gonna go ahead and put there. Now it wants to know your name. I'm just gonna put Steven. And take that standard name. For the sake of this, we're going to do password. Password. And continue. And now it's going to start the install for us. And after the install, it will start up for you. You can remove the flash drive. If you want, you can format it if you're not going to use it again. Or typically, with flash drives being so cheap, I just keep them and label them just so I have clean backups. Or if you're going to be working on a computer with a lot of viruses, you can boot through Ubuntu on somebody else's computer and remove viruses. That way. But that's a whole nother thing. Um, anyway, guys, I really appreciate you watching the video. Uh, I apologize, it has to be a little bit janky like this right now. I am working on making some things better. I hope you guys enjoyed that style of video and tutorial. And we'll go ahead and continue along with this series. Bear with me. The reason I'm doing this is to get comfortable with OBS, Open Broadcaster, and some of the editing software, as I'm going to be making a full course, like I said earlier, on the JNCIA, the Juniper Junos certification. So, all right, guys. Well, Steven Servo out, and you guys have a good day.